I need to switch the camera. There we go. Hello. I'm trying to get this at the right height for y'all. It never works perfectly, right? Okay. Got my mirror set up. I have foundation on. We're getting there. Turn this light slightly. Still a little bit on that side, but you guys, I think the lighting's better than it has been. So, hi, if you are new, welcome to 30-something Beauty. I'm Cassandra Thompson, your 30-something makeup-loving normal gal. And yes, I'm clipping my shirt because, as you saw, I have on a very high neck, and I had to put it on first because if I put on my makeup and then try to get on this dress, it's like a dress shirt top on the dress. If I tried to get it on after makeup, I know from experience, it will get makeup all over it. So I put it on first, and I put on a little zip-up sweatshirt, but it still is too high. So I'm doing the very classy look of taking a real messed up hair clip to clip the top part of my hoodie together so that I don't get makeup on me. It's great, y'all. So today I am doing really long-lasting makeup, so we're gonna take our time. I have an event that goes till 8 o'clock tonight. It's not even 8 in the morning yet, so this has to last. Now, I will touch up during the day. I will try and Insta story that, so you can follow me over there at Cass Thompson Beauty. 30-something Beauty was taken. But for the morning, I like to make it last as much as possible. I am not a retouch person, so this is going to be makeup that should last. I've said that 5 times. And hi, if you are joining me live, I would love if you'd say hi in the little comments thing so I know who you are. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm curious. What city are you in? Is it 7 in the morning for you, or is it 10? What time is it? To get started, I already put on primer, which is the Pores No More Luminizer Primer from Dr. Brandt. I got a sample. Oh, in my Sephora haul, I got a sample. So I already put this on, and then I did already put on my, just because it's boring to watch, but also it's not really exciting watching my face try and reach for things. Sorry. The Becca Under Eye Primer and my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, favorite foundation on the planet. It is the longest wearing, so hopefully that will help today. Now I am covering up some acne issues that I'm having. If you watched, oh no, I don't think it's come out yet. No, I haven't talked about it yet. Next week, my everyday makeup drawer will come out. I'll talk about this again. This is the It Bye Bye Breakout Full Coverage Treatment Concealer. So I'm gonna take that and put it on the back of my hand. And then, where's my brush? I could take a, ignore that. Oh, good morning, Lisa. I know you're so, it's already 10. I've lived a day by then. So I'm putting this over some breakouts I've had. I found out about this. You'll hear the whole story again in the everyday video. But when I got my makeup done at Sephora, she used this on me. And no, I don't have breakouts right here, but I'm just going to continue to use it. So I'm putting it on with a brush. The girl at Sephora used it on me on something that was like kind of open and gross. This has drying properties. It has sulfur in it. So she put it on there while we worked on, yes, I was so involved. While she worked on the rest of my face, and then came back to it, and it had kind of dried up, and she was able to fully cover it. So that was really helpful. Some of this is scarring, some of this is acne, and on the lighting on here, it's looking way more prominent than it actually is in person. So, does anyone else still suffer with adult acne, or is that just me? I thought that was like one of the gifts of your 30s is it goes away. And everyone I know says that when they turn 30, they got hormonal acne here. Like my acne was always cystic here, and now it's moved in, and it's all hormonal. So I'm curious if you have the same issue. I am going to go over this side again, just with my finger. Some of it doesn't seem to want to stay today. But I did really like this, and I recommend it. What is that? Okay. Great. So yeah, Tina, you didn't have acne till 35. Well, look, you are blessed that you didn't have acne till 35. That's amazing. But still frustrating. How annoying would that be? Yeah, same. Coffee with Nadia. Like, it's definitely hormonal. I can tell, like, a friend's coming to visit soon. So let's see. I am not going to do a bunch of cream bronzers, but I am going to layer my blush. And I also need under eye concealer. Wasn't thinking about that. Hold on. I'm like, see, you guys, this is what I do. I get things out to be prepared, and then I forget that I got them out already. So this is the Hey Honey concealer. This is also a treatment concealer. So I could have used this on everything, but it's so liquidy. It goes really well under the eyes. I don't like it other areas. It doesn't get enough coverage for me. Oh, good morning from Riverside. You're not that far away. So I'm just putting that on with a finger. Obviously, you can see it, but I just think it's easier that way. Also, I have super dark circles. I feel like nothing is going to cover them completely, or if it does, it is gonna crease and just make me look older that way, so I'd rather just leave it. For those of you joining, yes, my sweatshirt is clipped. I have my dress on for the day underneath. It has a very high neck. That's why I put it on first, but I don't want to get makeup on it. I don't normally clip my shirt whilst talking to you all. Okay, so we are going to put on the Nude Sticks Intense Matte in Purity. I am obsessed with nude sticks. I love these. And these two I just do with the finger. Do you use cream blush? I'm curious. Let me know. And what are you all up to today? Leave a comment. Let me know. Very curious. So I'm going to put that. So that's on. I'm not going to do a highlight. It's not that kind of a thing today. I don't want to add that. So I am going in with my Costco size RCMA powder, my little container. And then this is where I think it makes it long lasting. Okay, so I kind of like sift it around so it's not all piled up. And I take my velour puff, rub it in there, and then I'm going to do the press and roll all over, and it gets, isn't that fun? So you got to kind of spread it out, press it in. But I think this really sets foundation. I mean, it's setting powder, duh, but I think it really, really helps. Like this one in particular sets. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so wait, before I do this and before I do this, since I already did that one, I bought another product. Where'd it go? I know I was smart and got it out too. And now I can't find it. Did it fall? Oh no, literally right in front of me. Literally right here. Okay. So this is the Bare Minerals Blemish Rescue Skin Clearing Powder. This is what that same makeup artist put on top, and it has the most genius cap ever, where it turns. You tap a little out. And then I have a brush I really like. It's this Morphe. Oh, it doesn't have that name on it, but it's just kind of a tapered brush. So I put that in there, and it looks really dark, but it doesn't come out dark on the skin. And I put that right on top of those blemishes. So before I go in with my setting powder on that side, I'm putting that on. So, because this has treatment in it too, so it can help. Seriously, this is looking so dark on camera, and it's not, y'all, I promise it's not that dramatic in real life. It's crazy what lighting does to things. So now that that's on, I will finish with setting my entire face. And this powder definitely gives a matte matte look, which I like, but it doesn't look heavy. This will look heavy if you used heavy foundation on its own. Like, it's not the powder itself that's heavy, it's whatever you use it with. So, now that we have a very nice base, before I go into like fixing the rest of my face, I'm gonna put on my Too Faced Shadow Insurance so it has time to set. So what's everyone doing today? Are you recovering from Halloween? On a Wednesday, I feel like that's hard, but maybe even with, if they're all like hyped up and up all night, I know that can be a thing. Just curious. I stayed in and watched an old Hallmark Christmas movie. Because it's that time, y'all. They started. Okay, so now that that's on, I am going to go out of order still and do my brows. This isn't my typical order. This is the Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. I'm going to go in. Working. Wait, you're in Riverside and you're already working? Ooh. You have early mornings. So I like this pencil. I'm not an obsessive brow person, so this does it for me. Oh, keto coffee. Keto cookie? What's in a keto cookie? I want to know. I try to do keto. Ah, you work from home. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, sorry. I hope you all can see like the comments that are coming up, or else the things I'm saying are like real crazy. Okay, so to actually give definition back to my face, I am now going to go in with my Morphe palettes. I'm obsessed with these. These are in my everyday makeup this month. They're not made anymore, but I will try to add to this video later today a link to the newer version, but I still, God, I love this. So I go in, I don't even care that like it broke. I'm gonna go in with this brown. I just really went a little overboard there. And I'm just putting the slightest definition. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up this place on Amazon. I was talking to somebody, she said she eats a keto cookie. I was talking to somebody who's made, or is working with a company that has made a high protein, high fat, low carb donut. What? What is this magic? Is there any way that that can taste? I told her I wanted to send them to me. Like, when they're ready for distribution, please let me know. I'll talk about it, even though it's not a food channel. I want to try it. Please tell me. So I really like this Morphe powder because it's going to be a little hard in here just because my lighting is so wackadoo on these live videos. It literally provides shadow. Now, obviously, the colors are different for different people, but for me, this just does what it needs to do. It's just a little bit of a shadow to give some definition. So that is on. While I'm here with it, let's just go a little deeper. And I really like this peachy color. Just right under the eye. I'm not going to do like a whole highlights thing, but just under the eye. So I like that. Okay, then I'm going to take my Morphe. I think this is the, like, it's 9N. They don't make it anymore. I will try to link to the version of it that's out now. But it's kind of the Dusty Roses, the warmer ones. And I'm going to take my Morphe brush. And I really like this Dusty Mauve. and just right on that cheekbone. Like right at the tip of it going up. The one thing is, it's not the most forgiving. So you gotta work fast. So when I do something like that, I gotta work really, really fast. But I just love this brush too. It's very, like, it ends up looking very airbrushed, which I like. Okay. Eyes. I have had no design, like no clue what I was gonna do with eyes. I think last week I used one of these, but that's just because I just keep coming back to them, and I know they're gonna last. My everyday for this month has been last year's Too Faced, and it still is a good palette. Like, I forgot, it's a great palette, but it doesn't have some of the brown colors I'm looking for, so I think I'm going to go between my Soft Glam and my Norvina, because let's face it, they are just amazing. Going to go in first with Tempera, the only shade I've already hit pan on, and just put it all over the eye. I actually think this one is a little too white for me, but it is just acting as a base. The one in Norvina called Base might be better. In fact, we're gonna switch to that palette really fast. So this one, I should have started with that. It's a little bit more cream. Now, I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and go in with Incense. You know what, I'm probably gonna use majority of this palette, the Norvina. This is the palette, if you're new to me, you haven't heard this, or maybe you didn't see this video. This is the palette that, looking at it, I got off by all the pinks and purples. Like, God, it's so princessy. Like, I'm never gonna wear all that. But if you look in between, brown, 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 and they're cool browns, in my opinion, I really like that. So we're taking Incense, and I'm gonna go in the crease and up. Thanks for subscribing. I have learned from others. I see them do this circular motion, and I'm like, oh yeah, it does kind of work a little bit better. So now I have depth to my eye again. And I always blow on my brushes, and if you don't and you're a clean freak, I'm sorry. It's fast. Okay, I have that one spot that will never get shadowed the same way. I don't know what the problem is. But there we go. So, I have a start. Now, I'm going to go back in to add a little bit of depth. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Volatile. And I've got my much more pointed brush. And I'm not going to pull up as high. I'm just going right in that crease and pulling more out to the side. I hope you can see that. Then, still using the same brush, I'm coming in to use Dusty Rose from Soft Glam in the corner. Same thing other side. And I'm thinking I'm going to keep it all matte today. Normally I add a little bit of sparkle, but for what I'm doing tonight, I'm just like, I think I need to stay a little more matte. Not that they would care, but I'm going to care about how I'm positioned at this. So, for that, there's a lot of excess. color do I want then? I'm going to go back in with that base shade that I didn't use earlier that I thought, oh, I should have used that. I'm going to go in with it. So it's this one. And it does have the slightest of shimmer, but it's nothing compared to like the metallics of that. And I am just going to clean up on this little spot. So a little bit more there. I'm now going to go, this is being really high maintenance. I'm going to go back in and do a little bit darker in the corner. It doesn't look, this side looks darker than this side. So first I'm going to come back in with Norvina just to kind of even out and get a little darker over there with the Norvina, and then I'm going to layer on top of it. I'm going to try something. I don't think I've only used this as a liner. Passion. And yes, thank you, Jen. Just to add a little depth in that corner. And I'm going to pull out a little more. Now that I cleaned up that inside part, I want to bring it more in closer to the center of the lid. It's a pretty color. The one thing is those colors that are on the end of both the soft glam and the Norvina, they look super dark and kind of scary. Swatch them. They're not as dark. So they're much more wearable than you think they're going to be. Okay. I'm not going to go under the eye, but let's pull Cypress Umber from Soft Glam with my little smudge brush. I'm going to do the finest line, well, for being a smudge brush, across my lid. So a little bit of depth. And then, so high maintenance, because I'm obsessed, absolutely obsessed. You find the right one, I've got two. The L'Oreal Infallible Pro Gel is the best thing on the face of the planet. So I am going to do my inner rim all the way around, and this is the part that is really gross to watch somebody do. So I apologize now, because just watching someone turn their eyelid basically inside out is not the best. And I don't have to be perfect with that. That's kind of the nice part. It'll get where I need it to go. On the bottom, I try to go as thin as possible right at the lash line. But it's not perfect. But this is the only thing I've found that stays. It's amazing. I feel like my little brush is getting not pointed, so fix it on my hand. Do you think I should give a warning message before I just dig in and do that? Sorry. So gonna put this on. I'm curious, I was talking about Hallmark movies earlier. Who watches Hallmark movies? Are you ready for Christmas? I kind of have a love-hate relationship with them, and there's a new podcast called Deck the Hallmark, which it's 3 guys sitting around talking about these Hallmark movies, and it is so funny, and it's clean, totally clean. So before I go in with mascara, different palette. So to answer your question, a little bit of common crazy, she said, if I don't do it on the bottom, does it transfer? No. That's why I do both. Oh, I'm losing my collar, and this is an important point. If you missed the beginning, I'm clipping my sweatshirt with a very fancy hair clip, because I have on a dress already for the day, and I don't want to mess it up. So, you know what? I'm going to do 2 different things. Mascara is going to be last. First, I am going to take, this is, let me find it, get the right one. Nope. This is the Hourglass. Oh my gosh, it's like falling off. This is the ambient lighting palette that's around all the time. It has dim light, I think that's radiant, and then it's bronzed light. Dim light, incandescent light, radiant light. So this is kind of like the finishing powder version of bronzer, and I'm gonna use this today for the bronzer instead of in this one, which I'm obsessed with. I do have a video reviewing it. And so I use this just to add some nice light back to all areas of the face, but this one sits really nicely on top of bronzer. And it doesn't really make you darker, but it puts the right colors to match what you did before. Does that make sense? Like if I take just the other finishing powders and put it over those areas, it kind of doesn't make sense. It'll look a little, like it'll come out, you're putting like a white on of a brown, so it's gonna muddy it. And then I like this highlight, even though it looks like I never used it. This is the incandescent light. This was before they went and did straight up highlighters. And so I like that just on the bridge of my nose. And right on the tip of, like the top of my cheek. And then we will now switch out and do, not diffuse light, I'm looking for my dim light that would have been in that palette, but it's gone. You already started watching, Jen? I have the first one taped and I haven't watched it yet. So this is diffuse light. This is what I'm now gonna put in all the light areas. And it will bounce light all day long. Well, I highly recommend this podcast. It's really fun to listen to. They're just funny. So it's been kind of a treat to listen to them. And it's quick. It's not like a drawn out. Some people don't know how to do podcasts like that. They did a good job with it. So I'm curling this eyelash curler. I don't know if it's the right kind for my eyes. It's slightly too almond. It was made for Asian eyes, like literally, Sephora talks about that. And I will do another video on that. Literally, Sephora talks that this is the one made for Asian eyes, but my eyes are pretty almond shaped, so I thought it would work for me. I don't know if it does. Okay, Better Than Sex mascara, per usual. Though this has been f***ing during the day, which is annoying, so definitely putting my waterproof top on top. And then, in case you missed it at the beginning, I'm trying to do long-lasting makeup because I have a 13-hour day ahead. And I will try and touch up. Okay, why am I trying to talk and scared at the same time? Hold on. So that's one eye. I mean, isn't mascara just a miracle worker? It's amazing. Sorry, you can't see that at all. I'm so sorry. This is where I lose everybody. Okay, so I will try to show you touch-ups during the day on Insta Story. It's at Cassandra Beauty. 30-something beauty was taken. So I'm gonna add a second layer. Build that up a little bit. Of course, that time I got it on my eye. It's like a dot. I'm gonna leave it. You can't see it. It's fine. And then I will use my waterproof top coat when I can find it. There it is. It's hiding behind. I still have everything out from a lip kits video I did. And so there's just a lot of extra stuff on the table today. So this is NYX Proof It Waterproof Top Coat. This makes any mascara waterproof, but I also think it just acts as a sealant. So even if it is a waterproof mascara, I don't know about you, but I have mascaras that fall under the eye. This does not when I put this on. But like this keeps things, prevents it from falling under the eye. Okay. I'm going to be real high maintenance about this today, and we're going to use MAC Fix Plus and Urban Decay All Nighter, which fell on the ground. So, gonna let that set and diffuse while picking a lip color. I have not tried, see, this is where I get like, do I want this or that thing, but is that gonna bleed during the day? Part of me thought I might, oh wow, can't hold it. I wish you could have seen like the hand juggle that just went on. Part of me was thinking of trying this Bare Minerals Gen Nude. I have a lip kits video coming at you tomorrow with the Bite Lip set, the Laura Mercier gloss set, the Stila Stay All Day, which is what I'm leaning towards right now, as well as the Bare Minerals one and the Laneige lip mask set. And since then I bought one more lip set as well. Kind of crazy. Okay, so this, I'm going to go with the Stila Stay All Day, not because I think this actually needs to last me 13 hours, but just because I know it's not going to bleed. This is in Patina. It's a pinky mauve. Way too much comes out on the doe foot. So these you have to play with a little bit because they will set. And if you have too much out, it'll get darker looking and it's hard to move around. So they take a little bit of effort, but they're really nice. I love the way they look after. I think it is slightly more like berry that I wanted that doesn't quite go with my eye. It is on there. I'm not going to change it right now. Later in the day, I'm probably going to use this Bare Minerals Swag. And right now I'm going to top it with this Laura Mercier gloss. This might come off. It won't bleed the lip. The lip is dry. Okay, so in that time, the lip will be dry. These taste like cotton candy. I think in tomorrow's video, I just said they taste like vanilla. No, I hadn't put one on in a minute. They straight up taste like spun sugar. It's amazing. So, final step. Where'd I drop it to? Urban Decay All Nighter. Okay, the spray bottle on this is going kind of wonky. So, I got a real heavy-handed spray on some areas and not others. And then I will wipe off my hand. It's been my palette with my little Kirkland, my Costco makeup wipes. Like, that's how strong that little gel liner is that it won't come off without, like, really rubbing. So, now I finally take this off. You can see my cute little dress. I'm so excited by this dress. I think it's so cute, but it's just going to be a thing all day to not get makeup on it. I think I'm going to have to go buy shower wipes, too. Just in case, y'all. Just in case. But that is today's finished look. I'm going to go add earrings. And follow me on Instagram and you can see how it touches up later in the day and also what it looks like in normal lighting instead of this weirdness. So that is it. I hope you have a great day and I hope to see you all on tomorrow's video. Holiday lip kits. I'll tell you what I think and who they're good for. Promise it's a good one. See you.